Alright, so now we're live. Alright, so everyone knows where to go to open up VUGen. Go into your HP software. I can't find it. Oh, there we go. So you're going to HP software, LoadRunner, and you want the VUGen. Okay. So we're going to create a very simple script where we're going to have 3 different accounts. Okay, 3 different user accounts, and those accounts are going to have different passwords. Okay, so maybe password 1, password 2, and password 3. So the idea is I will create some parameters, 3 parameters, that will use the script. Then once I run my script should run 3 times, and it should use all 3 passwords. Okay, so it's very simple, very simple script. So to do that, first of all, let's start off our this sample application. So you go to all programs, HP software, LoadRunner. So I'm going to start the server, samples. So the server is the one on the bottom. So once I see the IP address, the server is started. If you have a firewall, make sure you just press allow access so the server can work properly. Okay, so now we have the server running. Let's open up the application. So I'll go into my HP software, HP LoadRunner Virtual User, no, not that one, samples, web, and Pt4. Okay, so I think the last time I created some account. Let me just make sure the account is still there. I believe I created Ty Ali password. Okay, login. Oh, incorrect password. Oh yes, Grand Rock. See, Omar has the best memory in the class. Oh, all right. Oh, you mean the username is Grand Rock? Okay. All right. Thank you guys. 100. Right. Okay. Okay. Anyways, it's okay. Let's do another one. I think what happened. Oh, double N. Okay. And the password was password. I think what happens is whenever you close the server, it doesn't save your work. Once the server is closed, it forgets everything, which is okay. I mean, it's a sample application. Alright, so let's click create another one. And to do that, just go back to the landing page, which is here, and let's sign up quickly, okay? So I'm going to create Ty Ali, password, just call it 1. Oh, there's already Ty Ali there. Okay. So there is Ty Ali. So why can't I sign in? Alright, let's do another one. I'm just gonna do Samba 1. Okay. Password is password 1. Password 1. Okay, so that's Samba 1, password 1. So let's continue. Alright, that was good. So we can continue there. Let's sign off. Let me write these things down somewhere so I don't forget it. Notepad. So my first one was Samba 1, password 1. Okay. I'm going to create the same thing. Samba 2, password 2. Then we're going to create Samba 3, password 3. Alright, so let's do the next one. Sign up. Username is Samba 2, password 2, password 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Okay. Okay, let's create the third one quickly. Samba 3. Password 3. Password 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. Beautiful. Okay. So now I'm gonna do a simple recording, which everyone knows how to do in this class. Let's open up our VUGen. I'm gonna give it a new project. Okay. Let's call this Friday demo. So I'll select the right protocol and I'll call it Friday demo. Okay, demo 1, something like that. Okay, so I'll press create. Okay, while it's doing that, I'm going to close up my IE. I have quite a few things open in here. Shouldn't matter, but let's play safe. Close this. Close this. Close. Close. Okay, so now we have a nice clean script. So I'm going to press record, and I would say everything is fine. Open up this website. Yes, start recording. Okay. Allow access. Alright, so we're gonna sign in with Samba 1. Password is password 1. Okay, so we sign in and we just sign off. And once we sign off, we close the page and we stop recording. Okay, so everyone can do that. I think everybody knows from automation, we know how to do that. Now, how do we put parameters in? That's also very simple. Okay, so whenever you see this is a user session. Just press correlate, saying okay, that's fine. Fix it for me, and you close it. Okay, now let's go find in your script. You should see Samba 1 and password 1. When you see that, stop. Okay, so I'm gonna find wherever Samba 1 is, password 1. Okay, so I'm gonna stop and I'm gonna right click on Samba 1. Alright, so I want to make Samba 1 a variable. So I'm going to right click on Samba 1 and I'm going to say show argument. Okay, so now this is the argument called username and the value is Samba 1. So I'll click on ABC and I'll say let's give it a variable, a parameter. So I'll say P for parameter. This is up to you. You can give it whatever name you want to give it. And we said is a file. Doesn't really matter. We can make it a table, a file, that's fine. But we have to set the properties, right? So let's set the properties. So in your properties, what you do is you create a table. It says, yes, create a table for me. And I'm saying in that table, I'm going to give it all the values of my username. And as you can see, we have 3 usernames, Samba 1, Samba 2, Samba 3. So in here, I'm going to say add a row, and I'm going to add my Samba 2. I'm going to add another row where I'm going to add my Samba 3. Okay? So this is how you do it. Now everything else should leave everything else the same way. If you want to select random, say if your test case says just select any random one, then you're going to change it to random. But right now, I want it to be sequential, meaning go from start at 1, go to 2, go to 3. So that's what I want. Alright, so once that is done, we're going to press close and now watch this, update value on each iteration. Okay, so let's close this, and right away my properties is set, and I'll press the OK button. So I've done username. Okay, do the same thing for password. So your password, let's do the same thing. I'll give it a name. I'll call it P. Let's say P underscore password. And I will select the properties, and I know we have 3 different values for password. So I'll go create table. Yes, please create one for me. Add a new row. In my row, I'm gonna password 2. I'm gonna add another row, password 3. Right? I just confirm we have the right. Yep, that's it. And it's the same thing. Run sequential. Start from 1. Do number 2. Do number 3. All right, beautiful. So we can easily plug this in and go close, and I will press OK. Alright, so now we have the parameters in place. Now before you're done, press OK. Now you have to tell LoadRunner to run 3 times. It's called iterations. To do that, you go into your replay, and there's something called runtime settings. So you press runtime settings, and the number of iterations you want to make that, I believe, 4 and 3. So iterations, is it run? Yes. So you click on run logic, and you say number of iterations you want it to run 3 times. So right away it's going to run the action script 3 times. Okay, so let's press the OK. Now let's run the script. Let's see what would happen. So if I press play, as you can see, it ran 3 times. If you're looking at the left hand side of the screen, you can see that it went 1, 2, 3. Now if you're curious and you want to see what the last value was for your username and password, what you do is you go into your runtime data, and in here, as you can see, the password was password3 and the username was samba3. So you can tell that it actually picked this guy. So it went from 1, 2, 3. So I think, Omar, your problem was you didn't set the number of iterations. Okay, so that's how you make it go through all the different parameters. Okay, so good. Yes, you're right, and you did. This is showing you the last run. So you did, but this runtime data is showing you the last run. If you want to see what exactly happened, go into your outputs. It's not very pretty, but you can see what happened. So this is the end of iteration 3. It told you, right? Let's see what values he used in here. Let's see where it started from. So you see, it started iteration 3 from here, then it kept going, it kept going, it kept going. It should tell you when it used, so it's first login. Yeah, so what it does is, I'm actually trying to find where it should tell you what value is using. It should tell you web reg save parameter started, registering web save para. Yeah, so you can see it ran 3 times, but I'm trying to find where there should be a place where you should see what value is running. I'm just trying to see if I can find that for you to show you. Okay, but yeah, you can see it ran 3 times. Starting iteration 3, it's ending number 2, so you can tell it used 3 values. Now Omar, what you can do is this. There are many ways, in my language they say there are many ways to kill a rat. Right? There are many ways to do this. If you want to, in your mind, right, if you want to make sure that this thing is working right, all you have to do is put a checkpoint in. Put a checkpoint in, right? To say, when you sign in with this, verify the checkpoint is this. When you sign in with the username 2 and password 2, verify the checkpoint. When you sign in with username 3 and password 3, verify the checkpoint. So that way you can make sure that it ran 3 times. But watch, maybe if I can do this, maybe we can see it change. If I leave it here and I press run, will it change? Okay, we could be lucky. Let's watch. Oh, okay. Put it back there. Come on. Trying to click on it quickly to see if it's gonna show us something. Okay, iteration 1. Oh, password 1, Samba 1. See it changing? Now watch. It's gonna change very soon. Iteration 2, password 2, Samba 2. Iteration 3, password. There you go. Did you see it? It was right here on the bottom. Okay, that was lucky there. Omar, do you want me to do it again? You saw it? Oh, okay, so that's just a proof to you that your script is using the right value. So leave your cursor on the runtime data, press run. This will show you your parameters. It shows you the value your parameters are using while it's running. Okay? Alright, so that's the end of parameters. Try it out again. Practice makes perfect. Play with it more. If you have any questions, bring it to class on Monday. Okay, so if there's no other questions, let's move on to controller. So Omar had a question on controller. So what I'll do is I will quickly try. Let me see if I can find one of my existing scripts. Okay, so let's open controller. I think that's the easiest thing to do. So you go into your HP programs, all programs, and you go find controller. Now, everyone knows what the controller is, right? Think about the video gen as your automation tool. So that's where you record the business process. Now, the controller is where you define the test. What do you want to test? What do you have in mind? How long do you want your test to go for? How many users do you want to test this? So let's go find controller. HP software, LoadRunner controller. And it's taking its time. I think my computer wants to start the weekend. It wants to go on a weekend break. Alright, so these softwares, they're quite powerful. So I advise you guys, if you're not running the software, close it, because it's going to make your computer slow. So after you've done your testing, just close LoadRunner. Okay, so the very first thing you see on the controller is a scenario. What is a scenario? A scenario is how do you want to test? is what is your test objective? That's LoadRunner asking you. What is your objective, Omar? What do you want to achieve? If you are in a company and they told you to do a performance test and they give you goals. So goals are something you can measure. Like, Omar, I want this business scenario that you just recorded in here to take less than 5 seconds, right? You can see that right now the script took 17 seconds for three times. If the goal was 10 seconds, that's a goal. So you have something in mind that you're trying to achieve. But sometimes as well, we don't know. We have no goal in mind. It's just very general. Your manager tells you, Omar, the company has a new product and that product is going on sale next week. Can you let us know what the breaking point is? Can you let us know how many users we can support before it starts to fail? So you have no goal in mind per se. You're just trying to measure to see when the software will start failing. For that, you use manual scenario. Okay? So I think in the class I showed you guys manual scenario. So it's very simple. Just press manual scenario. You can use this. It doesn't really matter. You can check. You don't check. What this is saying is this. If you have different scripts, so for example now, you have script Friday demo. You can have another one, Friday demo 2. You can have another one, Friday demo 3. Now what this is saying is you can divide the number of percentage of the users to say, okay, I want to make 50% of my users run Friday demo 1. I want to make the remaining 50% run Friday demo 2. So you can break it up whichever way you want to. But I think I kept it simple in class. I showed you guys just one script. Okay? And once you start your job as well, just run one script at a time till you get comfortable and you can start running multiple scripts. Let's press OK. So in here, the first thing you do is you have to go find your script, right? Which is from your VUGen. And it's very simple. You click on the so you click on the script name and you go find your script. So I believe in class I did one already. Maybe did I call it let's use demo 2 transaction. Okay, as always, don't forget for you to use, well, it doesn't really matter, but okay, let's use what we just did today. Let's use Friday demo 1. Okay, let's use that. So this guy here, right? So we knew one user took 17 seconds. So let's use this guy. This is a good test. Let's use it. So I'll say Friday demo 1. Okay. All right. And I say I want all my users, because there's only one script, so all my users to use this. Now let's define the test. How do you do that? You come in here and you say, double click on the start users, and I can say, depends on what your company wants. We can say 20 users, 10 users. Let's just for time, let's say 5 users. Okay, so 5 users will test this script. Now you have a choice at the same time or at different times. Now at different times is more realistic because there's no point. I mean, think about it. I think the chances of me and Omar going to Facebook at the same time is probably very slim. It is most likely there will be a new user on Facebook every 10 seconds, right? But it depends on your business scenario. If you want to do it this way or this way, it doesn't matter, right? Just make sure you do what the boss wants. So 2 every 1 second, okay? So we can save time. So I'm saying use 10 users. Okay, let's use 10 users and add 2 users every 1 second. Okay, everything you're doing, you can see it in the graph. Okay, so what you can is a very steep graph. As you can see, I'm adding new users quickly as I'm going on. Now the next one is how long do you want the test to run for? We don't have time today, so I'm not going to do 5 minutes. Let's just do 2 minutes. Okay, Somebody asked me, can you run for days? Yes, you can run for days. If you had a computer at your workplace, it's probably be a different computer that would do your performance testing. So yes, you can leave it for days to see what happens if people are shopping on your website for long hours. Okay, but let's say just for 2 minutes. That's fine. All right, and the last one is, when do you want to stop? So this is start. This is duration. When do you want to stop? I want to stop. You can stop all at the same time. Everybody stops, boom, at the same time, which is not realistic. Most users stop at different times. So I can say stop 2 users every 30 seconds. Wow, even that's too long. This is the duration of the test. So the test is going to run for 4 minutes. We don't have that time. Let's make it smaller. I'll say 2 users, stop them every 10 seconds. Let's see how long that will take. Okay, 2.5 minutes. Fine. It's a very simple test. So once you've done your definition and you're happy with what you've done, now you can run it. Okay? So you press the run, and it says cannot create V users. Oh, okay. Now, what's going on here is I said I want 10 users, but I haven't created my users. So how do you create your users? Yes. Good. That's what this is saying. Good point. That's what this guy is saying. He's saying ensure that your load generators are created. Okay? So saying they are not load generators. Okay. Now to do that, I believe you can do it from here. I think you can do it from, where is it? Add group. Where is this one here? What that one is. Anyways, this is how I do it. Load generator, you go add, and you do the local host. Okay, so you press local host. Windows, you can say C. I think it's C temp. I'm not sure what it is, but maybe that should work. All right, let's try it now. So if I press run. Okay, so that's fine. Now it's telling me, where do you want to save this? Because don't forget, this is the biggest file you have in LoadRunner. And I'm telling you guys, if you don't overwrite your files, you'll fill up your computer within 3 days because they're big. So it's telling you, okay, I'm going to save all your results in this place: C user, busyQA, app data, local, temp, res. But it's telling me there's already a file in there. Should I overwrite the file? Okay, I'll say yes, overwrite it. And it's going to start running. Okay, so the test should run, and as you can see, the number of users that is being created, and it went fast. As you can see, it really went fast from pending, initialization, ready to running. So now we have 10 users running this test, this one. We have 10 users running that test. Okay, and that's performance. Okay, that's performance testing. So once it's done running, you have to go to another tool called Analyzer to analyze your results. Okay, as you can see, the response time is taking, when it was 1 user, it took how many seconds? 17 seconds. I think it's still the same for 10 users. See, it's still around that same mark. So what this is telling me is we're not stressing the application. Okay? But anyways, oh, it's even getting faster. It's dropping. Oh, I guess number of users are dropping. So when number of users are dropping off, the response time is even getting faster and faster. Oh, it's taking up again. It's gone back up. Right? But don't spend too much time on this. I'll show you a better way. So let's wait for it to finish running, and I'll show you the analyzer. So as always, always look out for these 3. Oh, lovely. There was an error. Oh, this is good. We have errors. I mean, it's not good, but I just want to show you guys what error looks like. So always look out for these three sections: pass, failed, and errors. When you see an error, click on it. What happened? Something happened somewhere. Why is there an error? Double click on it, and it's going to tell you what the problem was. So I think it was saying CPU usage for this load generator has exceeded 80%. CPU usage for this load generator. See? So I think I'm actually stressing the system. You know why? It's because of the iteration. It's running 3 times. So 10 users are testing this thing 3 times. So that's really 30, right? It's really 30. So somewhere along the line, we've caused failures, which is good. But as always as well, this is not a powerful because it's only 50, right? But let me see. I'm actually, if I click on it, all right. So this is the message: CPU usage for this load generator has exceeded 80%. Okay. CPU usage. So this is, we have a problem with the CPU usage. So it's saying total messages is 7. The V users is 0. The script is 0. Okay. The generator is 1. Okay. Alright. Oh, that changed. Localhost. So it's that generator I created, localhost. So you're saying, okay. Alright, so this is it, right? I just created this guy. Localhost, Windows 7, local, LoadRunner default. Details. Localhost temporary, okay. View, let me see. Okay. So there's nothing really wrong, but the load generator is not strong. You know, it's not. They gave us, you know, they gave us really a cheap one, and there's nothing we can do about it. But that's fine. So, but this is good. You know, there was an error message that you can see that. Okay, well, the CPU. Now, what is the CPU? I think I explained this to you in class as well. CPU is the computer's processing power. So everybody has a CPU. Every computer has a CPU. Now what he's saying is this generator is taking up more than 80% of the CPU usage. And he doesn't like that, right? He's saying, you know, but watch something, guys. There was no failed transaction. So this is more of a warning if you think about it, because all our transaction passed, right? Everything passed. There was no failed, but he's saying, by the way, you're using too much power. You shouldn't use too much power. So in the class, remember I gave you some conditions of performance, what you measure. So he's trying to tell you this test is using too much computer power. But it's okay, I can still handle it because you only ran for 2 minutes. But if I ran for, say, maybe 10 minutes or 20 minutes, I'm sure there will be some failed transactions. Okay, so this is a good test, right? Exactly. It's just telling you that, hey, listen, you know, you're using too much power, right? So CPU usage. So what they've done is, once the CPU goes past 80%, remember I told you in class, the measurement should be somewhere around 50%. No application should use more than 50%. Now this guy have used 80%. So it's just kind of warning you, saying, okay, you're using a lot of power, but nothing failed, so it's still good. So good, good, you got it. Good, good. So if something like this happens in real life, you know, then you recommend to the team, you know, what you do is take a screenshot of this and recommend to the team that, guys, listen, we need a faster computer. Okay. Good. So that's what I would do too. I'll go to my manager and say, listen, we need a faster and a better computer, a CPU. Okay. All right. Um, let's see the results. So for the results, you go into your all programs, HP software, LoadRunner, and you bring up the last one, analysis. And this was Samba's favorite. Out of all the lesson, Samba likes analysis because he has nice graphs and it's very easy to to use. So let's bring it up and now the one thing I don't like about this is you have to go find the file. So maybe this way Omar struggled. You have to go find it. He's not smart enough to find it. If you don't know where it is, what you can do is this. Find where this guy is saving, controller. Find where controller saved everything. And I think a way of doing that is, yes, so you're right. Or you just try to run it. What I do is this. Pretend you want to run it again, and it tells you this is where you're looking for. C user, busyQA, app data, local, temp res. That's where you're looking for. Okay? So I don't want to run it, but I need that open so I can go tell this guy to go there. So I'll say open. Alright, so you have to find, this is the annoying part of it. And I'm sure there's a better way of doing it, but I just don't know a better way. So sorry. C users busyQA app data. Okay. So I'll go into my C folder. C users busyQA. Now app data is hidden. Okay, so you have to type it out. I know this is really annoying. I have to find a better way. App data. There's space in there. Is there space? App data, no space, local. So app data, local. Okay, we're almost there. Temp res. Temp res. So don't select runner X, okay? It's res. Okay, and that's it. And you open it. Oh, you open it. What else? I've never seen that one before. Oh, maybe there are two of them now. I'm surprised. Some data. Really? Oh, sorry. I didn't do it very well. I should have copied that. It was my mistake. You should go to new. Always new, not open. Yes. Sorry, it's my mistake. So it's new. I was like, I haven't seen that before. So C users busyQA app data local. Where is it? Is it res temp? Okay, there you go. Temp res. This is the only annoying, and now it should work. There we go. So now it's going to open up the last test we did. It's going to open up the results, and you see all the beautiful graphs. So beautiful. Okay, so you can see how long it took. It took 2 minutes and 51 seconds for the whole test. Okay, this is the annoying place it's saved the folder in. I'm sure there should be a way. I'm sure you can change where you're saving it. I'm sure you can do that. But anyways, number of users was 10. The number of data we sent to the server, it was 2 million. Total hits. So the server had 2,000 requests. All this doesn't really matter, to be honest. What you want to see right away is your response time. How long did the server take to run the business scenario for 10 people? And you always want the average. Okay? So the action transaction, which is where most of the test is, took on average 1.96 seconds. Okay, 1.96 seconds. That was the average. It ran 82. There was no failure and there was no stoppage. Okay, 1.96. Let's check the value for one user. Remember we measured one user at VUGen. One user took so this is hour, minute, second. So one user took 17 seconds to run if you ran 3 times. So I believe, wait, this analysis. This is saying 1.96 seconds average. That can't. I'm confused. If one user took, okay, 11.9. No. Average is 1.96. So that's 2 seconds on average. So why did the other one take 17? Okay, let's keep going. Let's see number of users. Alright, so we had 10 users. So we started from 6, it went to 9, it went to 10, then they dropped off gradually for that period. 2.5, 2 minutes and 50 seconds. Okay, you can see there was between there and here. I want to see the hits per second. This is good. You can see that the hits were hitting the server, then there will be a drop, it will hit the server. So the server was busy, and most of the time this graph looks like the throughput, right? The hits per second always looks like the throughput because it shows you what the data the server is working with, and that most of the time mimics this. Okay, now transaction summary, as you can see, everything happened in here, right? We did everything in here, which was the action. So this ran 82 times that the action ran. 82 times. Okay. Now this is where I'm really interested in, the average transaction response time. Average response time. So let's take away the ones we don't need. So we don't need the end and the initialization. We only need the action, and it's telling me the average is 1.637. I still find that very strange. 1.637. But now again, I'm not sure how it's measuring because we have 3 iterations. I don't know if it's the average of one iteration or the average of all 3 of them, but there's something not right here. There's something not right. It's too fast, because if one, oh, that's where you select. Okay, I knew there was an easier way. If one is taking us 17 seconds to run for one user, it shouldn't make sense that and guys, do you know why this is? Because we didn't do transactions, so it's very hard to measure. So that's why I always don't use actions, always use transactions. So if I had created transactions, it would have been easier to see what's going on. But because it's an action, who knows how the action is being measured? So that's why it's always very, very important to create transactions. But in the videos I showed you, I had 3 transactions. Remember, I had sign in, I had book a flight, and I had logout. And you saw that the average time for one user, I believe, was 2 seconds, 4 seconds, and 1 second. Then when you now took it to performance, it became slower. It became really, you saw that right in the video. But I think with this, because there's no transactions, I don't really know. But that's strange. This should be slower, because if 10 users are running, it can't get faster. No, the server is busy. But anyway, this is how you use Analyzer, and your reports are there for you. You can always print them out. You can always you can make a copy of them. And the good thing here is you can actually create a new report. So if there's something you want to see that is not showing you, I believe you can create as many reports as you want. You can say generate, format, content, all these types of report you can create. And also you can also export this to a different, I think, to HTML. So I can say show me this report, and I can save it, right? So if you want to give this to your coworker, your colleague, your boss, or something like that, give it to them in an HTML format. So HTML format, they don't need to have LoadRunner to read it. They just need any browser. So if I save this as report HTML, let me save it in, say, desktop. Give it a new folder just to be safe. Call it LoadRunner report. Save it in there. So maybe I want to message my boss or something. If I go into that folder, you will see a nice, beautiful report in there. Okay, so let's go in there, see what it looks like. So LoadRunner report. There you go. Oh, fast, actually quick. So right there, see? So that's the report. And as you can see, this report just opened itself using a browser. You know, I didn't need, see? I didn't need LoadRunner to be running. All I need is just a browser. So this is how you share the results of your reports with your colleagues, with anybody else that wants to see it. Okay? So that is LoadRunner. Any questions? Oh, let me stop the video.